Hello, my name is Dr. Friedemann Schaub. Is the fear of failure holding you back in your life? Do you sometimes want something, but then you're so afraid of failing at it that you decide not to try at all? Or maybe you notice that you have these patterns where you set yourself a goal, you move forward, but then somehow negative self-talk, procrastination, or other self-sabotaging patterns are holding you back. Whether you're afraid of not being able to reach your career goals, freeze up when you give a presentation, or not being able to have this loving relationship that you are longing for. The fear of failure, unfortunately, at times creates exactly that, what we are afraid of, failure. But don't worry, you're not stuck with that fear for the rest of your life. It isn't a weakness or a fundamental flaw or a disorder. The fear of failure is usually linked to experiences in our past, often early on in our lives. Maybe you had very critical parents and you felt that you could never do anything right for them. Or maybe you were bullied or made fun of in school. Or maybe you had actually a very supportive environment and you were told that you can reach any goal that you put your mind towards. But unfortunately, these positive messages were then creating some kind of pressure inside of you, and you became more and more afraid of disappointing those that believe in you and letting them down. Now obviously the fear of failure isn't a conscious decision or a rational choice. The fear of failure is usually anchored on the level of the subconscious mind. It is that deeper part of the mind that is still holding on to these emotionally charged memories of the past, and also those limiting core beliefs such as not being good enough or not being able to measure up. These memories, emotions, and beliefs are creating subconscious filters that are distorting your perspective on yourself and the world around you. This is why you look at failure as something really dangerous, something that needs to be avoided at all costs. Obviously, in order to overcome the fear of failure, it is important to replace these old subconscious filters with much more empowering and supportive ones. But you can already work on overcoming the fear of failure right now. What if you would choose to no longer look at failure as something threatening or dangerous, but really consider it more as that what it really is, a huge opportunity to grow and evolve. Failure is literally the fertile ground for success. Usually we are learning so much more from our failures than from the things that we have succeeded in. People like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or Richard Branson had their fair share of failures, but those failures catapulted them to a whole new level of effectiveness and ultimately success. Take some time and list 3 or 5 of the so-called failures of the past, and then think about what you actually have learned from them. Maybe you find that they helped you to become more creative or flexible. Maybe they forced you to go deep inside and access inner resources that you didn't know were there before. Or maybe they forced you to reach out to others, which in itself is a huge growth opportunity. Notice that when you look at these failures and realize that on some level they actually empowered you. See, one of the problems with the fear of failure is that we don't own our failures, but instead are more worried about what other people are thinking, worried about their judgment, criticism, and rejection. By looking at the failure as your opportunity to learn and grow, you're owning them and no longer focus on other people's opinions about you. If you want to create a clean slate in the subconscious level, learn how to work and communicate with the subconscious mind, and thus be able to access your true potential, you will be interested in the individual sessions, but also the classes and webinars I'm offering on this site. I'm certainly looking forward to helping you to overcome the fear of failure, tap into your power, and create thus the life that you desire.